Yeah! Yeah!
Gotta get the fast shot!
Hello Britball Nation and welcome to our power rankings for the Premiership following Week 8's fixtures for the 16-17 Uniball season. 3 games in the Premiership this past weekend, 1 on the rain week and some more fixtures pre-Christmas that we're yet to factor into our rankings, so we're expecting to see some sizable shifts at least around the middle of the table. As we've noted elsewhere, we've really stripped things back this week so we can get these rankings out to you sooner, with full highlights of every game we're able to get footage from coming through as divisional highlights later this week. So let's jump right into the rankings.
10.
Bath prop up the top 10, which is crazy considering they boast a win over the reigning national champs this year. If they can find some offense and shore up the defense that was their saving grace early in the season, perhaps they can still save their campaign, else the Bees will be buzzing their way down to Division 1 balling next year.
9.
NTU are almost certainly a better team than their 0 wins would imply. They initially took an early lead over Stirling at the weekend before being unable to keep pace in the second half. At this rate, the Renegades might well be the best team to ever go winless, and by the smallest of margins we've ever known in Uniball.
8.
The big news from Kingston over the break was their expansion into the new realms of youth ball, as they look to build a complete programme in their little corner of the capital. Their place in the Prem next year still isn't locked in, as they'll need at least another win to stay up, but even if it's a while before they're competing for a title, they're the youngest team in the BUCS system to scale all the way to the lofty heights of the Premiership.
7.
So hotly contested is the Premiership North that Sunday's single loss for the Loughborough students dropped the team from number 2 to number 4 in the conference, and having a burger dropped on them by the Saints will have done little for their confidence going into the latter part of the season. They took their first game against the Saints right down to the wire in week 1, but looked utterly outclassed this weekend.
6.
The Braves are a bit of a conundrum this year, and we're not really sure what we're going to see from them from one week to the next. They've kept pace in offensive shootouts with the likes of the CLANSMEN and the Saints, but suffered a surprise loss to Loughborough and barely scraped past the Renegades in rain week. With half a season still ahead of them, we don't truly know whether the Braves could finish up ranked 1st or 5th.
5.
The Titans broke out to a fast start in their first Premiership campaign, but back-to-back losses either side of Christmas against the reigning national champs have brought them back down to earth with a thump. The Week 7 fixture against Hearts that initially looked like it might be awarded Swansea's way has been rescheduled, and suddenly from potential home berth playoff contenders we'll be wondering whether the Titans can finish the season breaking even at 500.
4.
The CLANSMEN got their season back on track at the weekend, regaining a winning record with a strong second half performance that allowed them to draw clear of the Renegades. Known for their ability to make adjustments in the second half of the year, it'll be interesting to see if the Clan can take comfortable wins away in all their other remaining fixtures as well.
3.
Birmingham returned to the top 3 with a second straight 2-score win over Swansea. It's not as though the Titans didn't make the Lions work for it on both occasions, but when it came down to it the Lions' big players came through for them, whereas the Titans' Huxtable-Cottrell connection has faltered.
2.
Hearts still have half a season to go, so could yet stumble, but they certainly appear to have resolved the problems that they had with a stuttering offense in the early weeks, edging a shootout against the Lions before dominating Kingston. Birmingham's return to form will have them looking over their shoulder, but if they can do a double on Swansea and then curl the Cougars again, the Canes can have the Premiership crown all locked up ahead of meeting the Lions again in week 12.
1.
And no surprises, the Saints remain atop our rankings. If we could move them higher, we would, as the way they lorded it over Loughborough at the weekend was far from expected. The Prem North has been the most tightly contested conference all season long, with an average margin of victory of just 5.6 points per game coming into this week. This 38-point margin is a statement from the Saints that this year might finally, really, truly be the time for the Saints to march to a College Bowl title. And there you have it, nation. Our Uniball power rankings following week 8 are complete, and with some whole minutes still to spare on the Tuesday following the fixtures. Now, we had some other bits and pieces going on behind the scenes this week, but hopefully we'll get these content pieces out for lunchtime slots next week, matching with our schedule that we announced in this week's scoop. Remember, Uniballers, to get in touch with your game day highlights so we can share them later this week in our highlight videos. And of course, please ensure you subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that thumbs up if you like this video, and maybe give us a share on Facebook or similar, doing your own little bit to help grow the nation. As we're trialling this new format, it'd be great to hear your thoughts on it, so get in touch in the comments down below or over Twitter, Facebook, Carrier Pigeon. We're pretty easy to talk to. Keep your eyes peeled for our first Wilson X League video tomorrow, and in the meantime, as always, play hard, play safe, and go check out some of our other video content.